Happy birthday, OCP, 10 years, what a past. So this is just crazy when you think about it. So especially for somebody who joined the community in 2012, when it was still very small and focused on server design. During the past 10 years, tremendous progress has been made into many work groups, including the telco, the networking work group, and the storage. And we have seen more and more people embracing OCP technologies, not only because the technology was good, but also because of the mindset on how it has been engineered. And this is probably the most important things when you think about communities and the way they are designing things. The most important focus for this community right now during the past decade has been servers. So we focused on hyperscalers and lowering power energy, and this was a very important topic when you think about it. And when we look at the latest events which happened everywhere around the world, I'm speaking about the flooding in Germany or the flooding in China. So we see that the climate change is real, and that we should all have some focus on how we can improve within our industry. And OCP is really pushing the boundaries around these areas right now. So what might be important for the next 10 decades? When we think about it, OCP has been looking a lot to hyperscalers, so the top end users which are adopting technology at a very wide scale. But the market is not only made of these kind of end users. So we can think about corporate and enterprise customers or even SMBs, and they deserve the rights to have deeper innovations for their own purpose, to help them growing up their business. And I believe this is an area where during the next decade, the community could provide some very strong enhancement, and we should be focusing on these specific vertical markets. So the other important things when we look at IT, is related to system security. Cyber security is becoming a critical subject within our industry, and we probably can deliver something extremely efficient by leveraging security through transparency. And we can see that through many different projects, including the Open System Firmware Work Group, or even adopting Open BMC at scales, which are promoting open source software for low-level firmware, which were used to be a black box and pretty hard to audit and not properly maintained by many suppliers. So these work groups are opening the door for higher security systems, and that is something which is becoming critical. Something important also for the community, I believe, within the next decade is related to the tools that we are using to engineer our systems. So up to now, we were using proprietary tools, and being able to use open source tools to design systems might be triggering a wider community, because this will allow end users or potential contributors to use their own systems to develop computers and develop open hardware solutions. Most of the people cannot afford super expensive licenses to design systems. So my current feeling is that the next decade is going to be as dynamic as the previous one, and we have now a community which is well established, stabilized, and promoting open hardware. This has been a great result from the past decades. So I wish a long life to the open compute communities, and let's discuss about it within the next 10 years. Have a great day.